In 2001, Universal Pictures released The Fast and the Furious, a movie about illegal street racing. That's it. That's the entire plot. No spy espionage, no mind control, no space battle, no law-breaking physics, just good old illegal street racing. The Fast and the Furious saga is one of the funniest anomalies to come out of Hollywood in a while. A franchise that was basically soft rebooted 3 times before they finally committed to a cast and a story. It stars one of the most egotistical actors of our time, and somehow Universal managed to do a spin-off, a cartoon show, and now a theme ride for it. But however stupid these movies may be, similar to the Matrix films, I still find myself watching each new installment, and that's mostly because of my dad. My dad sat me down at a young age to watch these films, and I immediately fell in love with them. I thought it was the coolest shit ever, and I couldn't wait to get my driver's license to start drifting all around the city and start blasting this banger. But as the saying goes, what goes up comes down. So let's take a look back at these films and let's rank them from worst to best. Number 10, F9.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine.
Man, what the fuck was this? Truly one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It took me around 3 days to finish the whole movie, and I immediately forgot what happened. This movie is unbearable to watch. The line between corny and stupid was washed away by the mediocrity of the story, the terrible script, the terrible lines, and whatever the fuck this was. I truly cannot find any redeeming qualities in the movie. This is just a waste of time. Also, how many times is the last ride? The fact that they are desperately trying to make Brian O'Connor remain relevant, despite Paul Walker's unfortunate passing, just pisses the fuck out of me. Let the man rest in peace. You claim to make these films in his honor? Bro, just let it go. Number 9, Fast X. I'll be honest, I have not seen this one. I have no desire to watch it. F9 was terrible, and it made me completely abandon the franchise altogether. And if it's anything like F9, I'm not missing much. Number 8, Fast and Furious. God damn it, they all have the same title. Fast and Furious 4. This one right here. Now, this one does have a few storylines that would get further developed in the later films, albeit in a very superficial level, but I could get with it. There is one race scene here that I like a lot, actually. That gives it a few extra points.
7, 6,
You sure you want to do this?
5,
A lot has changed.
4,
You're right.
3, 2, 1. Go.
But similar to F9, this is one super forgettable ass film. It would have been smart to rewatch all of these, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
and it's not recency bias hate towards the franchise either. The last time I watched this movie, I sounded like this. And even then, I didn't like it, so leave me alone. Number 7, Fast and Furious 6.
So how's the life of a retired international criminal? I need your help, Dom.
I think I ranked this one a bit too low, but I had huge expectations after Fast 5, and this one was kind of a letdown. But this movie kind of proved that Fast 5 was lightning in a bottle. Universal's obsession to hit that high again was just not achievable. For big as it gets in scale, it's just fine. I like this scene in London. That was pretty cool. Basically, if the movie had a cool racing scene, it gets major points for me. There isn't anything of value here. It was also here where we started to see glimpses of the future. Number 6, Tokyo Drift.
All my life, people have told me I don't fit in. Maybe I've just been in the wrong place.
I think this one's too high. Realistically, I put it around number 8, but the vibe along with nostalgia is what carries this one for me. The script is terrible, but the car scenes really do add a lot. I really enjoy when these movies were about racing, and this is the last movie we got before we started getting Superhuman Toretto and Friends in the later films. I also had a huge crush on Natalie Keeley as a kid, so major points. Number 5, Faith of the Furious.
You know what I like about you, Dom? You're a genuine outlaw. But you're family.
The hell of a job, brother. When we get back to the base, beer's on me.
He's about to go up against the only thing they can't handle. You.
Time to contradict myself here a bit, but I really fuck with this movie. It's big, it's dumb. The camera work here is actually very exciting, and they actually tried something different with the story. Is the story silly? Yes, but this was a dying franchise in my eyes already, and I needed something. I needed anything, and I got it. The ending with the submarine also was pretty exciting, and the soundtrack also slaps pretty hard, so good movie. Number 4, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Keep your eyes on the road, cowboy.
You nervous?
This is a quintessential dad movie. Every house I've ever been to, whether a friend's, family, garage sale, literally anywhere you could find a copy for this movie. For as iconic as the first one is, this movie is just so easily rewatchable. The banter between Walker and Gibson is entertaining as hell. The story feels very relaxed. It brought us truly one of the greatest line deliveries of all time.
I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.
And it was here when we got introduced to the legendary Nissan GT-R R34. Great dad movie. I also had a huge crush on Eva Mendoza, so big points again. Number 3, Fast 7.
Hello?
Dominic Toretto. You don't know me. You're about to.
One of the first times I could truly remember crying in the theater. I'm not one to follow actors' lives outside of their work, but the passing of Paul Walker kind of hit me like a brick. I connected with my dad through these movies, and hearing the news kind of felt like losing someone we knew, personally, for as cringe as that sounds. So imagine me watching the final scene 10 years ago when I was 13. I was a mess. But besides the touching and amazing tribute, the movie is also very well done. All the action set pieces, well, almost all, were great. It's the second time I can remember these movies having some sort of stakes. I think this is also credited to James Wan as the director, who never misses. The plane scene I actually find pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm good. From the streets, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
Hey, Roman, you freaking out, ain't you?
No.
And you can tell the whole cast really gave it their all. And this was the last time the corny dialogue worked for me. Number 2, The Fast and the Furious.
Let's go for a little ride.
The movie that started the $5 billion franchise started off as nothing more than a street racing movie. The simplicity of the story allowed the movie to explore all these characters in depth. The movie isn't preoccupied with setting up, retconning, or expanding the lore. The characters are likable, and it's just a good time to sit back and watch it with your pops. Number 1, Fast 5.
Home sweet home.
You know what? Hell yeah. Let's glaze this movie a bit. One of the best heist movies I've ever seen. The cast all meshed together so well. The location of Brazil made this movie come alive so much. Adding The Rock before his ego took over was great to see. He was a welcome screen presence to rival Vin Diesel. The racings were peak.
I like that. All right, $1 million quarter mile.
All right then.
Only live once. Let's do it.
What do you say, Don?
We talking or we racing?
Just don't cheat this time.
Gotta let that go.
And the soundtrack was legendary.
So I guess that means there are 2 in the Western Hemisphere, huh? Huh? What your smart ass gotta say now?
But you know what? We can always shine together, baby. Get dressed, man. We got things to do.
And that's that. I actually don't hate these movies except 9. I fucking hate 9. I'll see if I catch Fast X Part 2. God, that title's so stupid. All the extra filler that came out has been useless. I don't care for it. I don't need it. The franchise ended with this beautiful send-off here for me.
Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
I used to say I lived my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's why we were brothers. Because you did too.